Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vaksasthalasparsa Mahendra Vaham Danta Vidvambita Kakum Jusa Urahasam Sadyo Subisa Havinesyati Darahartur Vishpur Jita Danusha Ucharita Daisanye. Translation. When Ravana was engaged in battle, the trunk of the elephant which carried the king of heaven Indra broke in pieces, having collided with the chest of Ravana, and scattered broken parts illuminated all directions. Ravana therefore felt proud of his prowess and began to loiter in the midst of the fighting soldiers, thinking himself the conqueror in all directions. But his laughter, overtaken by joy, along with his very air of life, suddenly ceased with the lightning sound of the bow of Ramchandra, the personality of Godhead. Purport: however powerful a living being may be, when he is condemned by God, no one can save him. And similarly, however weak one may be, if he is protected by the Lord, no one can annihilate him. Om Gyan Timidandasya Gyana Salakaya Chaksun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobistam Saptitam Yena Blutale Swayam Rupa Kadambayam Dadati Swam Padantikam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Tananda Dvaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gauda Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, men of this world like to present themselves in positions of being superior than others in all areas of life, in sports, competition, in dramatic performances, in workplaces, in competitions over political posts. The list goes on and on. Someone feels superior or successful, or you might even say victorious, if they can defeat someone else and gain some position, some benefit from that position. And this is the world of names. People are always vying for position, power, conquest. The list goes on and on and on. But all of these achievements are swept away by the annals of time. As time moves, things change. And who is that time? As Krishna, the Supreme Lord, says in the Bhagavad Gita, that's me. Time I am, destroyer of all things. So Krishna's time, and he is time in the form of death for the atheists and non-believers, and for the ordinary materialists, although they may believe in God, still the time factor, it becomes a force of fear in their life. They race against time in order to achieve something. Even if their achievements cannot bring them the success that they desire, they feel some happiness of attaining some position better than others. But here we see the personality of Ravana, how powerful he was. And he even challenged Lord Shiva to a fight. Unfortunately, he couldn't defeat Shiva. And Shiva put him under tremendous pressure, and he was forced to surrender to Shiva as he tried to uplift Kailash mountain with his many powerful arms. He couldn't move it, and Shiva just pressed down his toe on the mountain, and all his hands got stuck underneath the mountain, and he couldn't move. And he was crying for help. And then he started to offer prayers to Lord Shiva, and Shiva is asutos. He became very compassionate. And he came and released him from his plight of suffering. And he offered many respects and prayers to Lord Shiva and asked for a benediction. Shiva gave him a very powerful weapon of his own, which was not the Pashupati, but another weapon that was very invincible weapon. Because Shiva was pleased because he surrendered and offered prayers. But here, the Supreme God is even more powerful than the most powerful personality in the material world, the most powerful personality in the material sense, or in all sense, is actually Lord Shiva. Extremely powerful. He can destroy the entire universe by the dancing of his, playing on the drums and dancing his Tandava dance, which is the dance of annihilation. But still, he's subordinate to the supreme source of his existence, which is the supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna himself. So here, Ravana, he's gloating over his so-called victory over Indra. But he's oblivious to what is about to happen. An arrow will be coming to meet him and give him a new destiny. And that arrow was fired by the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his incarnation as Sri Ramchandra. And as it says here, Rake Krishna More Ke, More Krishna Rake Ke. That if Krishna wants to protect someone, then no one, no matter how powerful or no force in nature, can destroy that person or cause even the slightest harm to that person. But if Krishna wants to annihilate someone or destroy something or someone, then no matter how powerful their armies are, no matter how invincible they are in battle, they will be immediately conquested or conquered by the power of the Supreme Lord. Doesn't matter. People have this mistaken idea that if I surround myself with things that can give me protection, such as good family members, maybe a nice arsenal of weapons, my intelligence on how to work in such a way that I can avoid all the dangers of this world. And people think like that. And they surround themselves with these illusionary soldiers, which we call them fallible soldiers. They're soldiers because they look like they can protect, because people think, well, if I have a lot of money, a lot of friends, good position, aristocratic relatives and friends, and I'm safe. But no, these are fallible soldiers because the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the author of everyone's destiny, according to how that destiny is played out by the participant. So here, because he's a demon, because he's against the principles of religion and those who stand for the principles of religion, he's destroyed. This because of his own desires. Ravana was a great soul. If he would have surrendered to the Supreme Lord himself and offered his service to the Supreme Lord, the Lord would have pardoned him and gave him a very powerful position in the material world, which he had already acquired to some degree, but it was always up for challenge. He would have been unchallenged, but he fought against the Lord, and therefore he was, what we say, defeated. So for devotees, how do we understand this particular verse? That means a devotee has to be fearless. Or the devotee has to develop the quality of fearlessness. That means in any and every case, the most important thing is my service. If I have designated myself as a servant to the Lord and have relegated a certain type of service, then no matter what, that service becomes my life and soul. Even if there's dangers in executing that service, never mind. Krishna will protect me. Even if there is no apparent gain on my part for doing that service, never mind. It's not for me anyway. It's for the pleasure of the Lord and his devotees. The devotee becomes unafraid to execute their service in any and all circumstances. They don't calculate loss and gain based on their own understanding. Sometimes we see that people are duty bound, but then something on the material level causes them to give up their spiritual duty and accept the material duty as prominent and more important. Therefore, what are they afraid of? They're afraid of losing the benefit of their material duty, or seeing that their material duty is actually superior than their spiritual responsibility. And therefore, they acquiesce and don't understand that by pleasing Krishna, everything material and spiritual becomes aligned in the devotee's mind and heart. And there's never any loss like that. We have many examples. We have the example of Sridhar Swami. Sridhar Swami, he before he became a Swami, he was married, and he had a nice wife. His wife was pregnant, and just around the time of his deciding to take the sannyas order, his wife gave birth to a child. He was thinking, now what am I going to do? I want to leave all of this, take this renounced sort of life and give up all of this household activity. Now I have this child. And then he was thinking, well, my wife can take care of the child. But then he found out right after the birth of the child, his wife died at childbirth. And now he was alone with the child. And he's thinking, now my wife is gone, who will take care of the child? And he was thinking, how can I take sannyas now? Then he saw something. He saw a little tiny baby lizard crawling on the ceiling. And the lizard was just really small, just a little tiny baby lizard. And then all of a sudden, a little fly came within the range of the lizard, and the lizard immediately ate the fly. And so that's all he needed to see. Here's this little tiny, unprotected little creature, but God is providing him food. So he immediately left home and left everything and took sannyas. So you might say, well, that was irresponsible. So people will say that. But one who surrenders to the Lord fully in devotion, all of one's duties on the material level are automatically, what we say, fulfilled. And so you might think, well, how does that work? Devarsi Putatma Nirnyam Pratingnan Nakinkanarayan Raji Sarajan Sarvatma Yam Saranam Saranyam Tato Mukunda Mukti Miti Kriti Prakriti Tato Mukunda Pravariti Kartum, which means that one who surrenders to devotion and to the Lord, all of one's material obligations are already taken care of. So does that mean I should give up my household life and family? No. It means that if you find yourself having to choose between surrendering to the Lord or surrendering to your material life, then that principle applies. We have responsibilities according to ashram, and therefore one should fulfill that responsibility. But these responsibilities are ephemeral. They might be responsible for some time in our life, but the real responsibility is to become Krishna conscious. And whatever it takes to become Krishna consciousness, the devotee thinks that is my focus in life. And therefore, they are protected, and they're fearless, and they're protected by the promise of the Lord that anyone who surrenders to me, I take care of him 100%, not 99.9.9%, but 100%. So surrender to Krishna means to accept the instructions of the spiritual master as one's life and soul, and carry it out as one's only duty in life, or one's main duty in life, I should say. Okay, so let's go on to the next verse. Bhume satretara vihatru vimarditayam klesa vavaya kalaya sita krishna kesaha jatam karisyati jana nu palakshya marga karmani chatma mihimo pani bandhananani. When the world is overburdened by the fighting strength of kings who have no faith in God, the Lord, just to diminish the distress of the world descends with his plenary portion. The Lord comes in his original form with beautiful black hair, and just to expand his transcendental glories, he acts extraordinarily. No one can properly estimate how great he is. Let's see. How long is this purport? It's very long. Okay. Anyway, we'll save this verse for tomorrow. This is a major verse and requires much time and discussion. So let's stop here and we'll open it up from questions based on the previous verse.
Thank you, Maharaj. So, dear devotees, a humble request, we'll open up for Q&A, but humble request, if you can turn on your cameras as usual, we can make this session more interactive and personal. You can ask your questions by raising your hand or putting your question in the chat window if you're unable to do so, and I will relay the question in the forum. So Sridevi Mataji, you have your hands raised. Please go ahead, and then Shiva Kumar can go. Thank you.
Thank you, Dinanath. Dear Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Guru Maharaj, just now you said that a devotee must accept the order of the spiritual master as one's life and soul and make that the main duty, not the only duty. So my question is, why not the only duty and why just main duty?
Well, yeah, what I meant to say is that you can't, if you have responsibilities on a material level, that becomes a duty also, because if it's ashram, I'm speaking in terms of those who are in ashram. So there's duties in grihastha ashram, there's duties in sannyas ashram, there's duties in all of the ashrams. So those duties I was referring to. But the main, as we mentioned, duty is to make the instructions of the spiritual master one's main focus in life. And ultimately, I mean, if you're a pure devotee, or if you're acting on a level of a pure devotee, maybe you're not a pure devotee, but you're acting in the mood of pure devotional service, there's no other duty than the instructions of the spiritual master, because they comprise all of the requirements a devotee needs to make progress in spiritual life and to fulfill all their needs on all other levels of responsibility also. It's that broad, where it's not exclusive. The question is, when one comes in conflict with the other. That's the question. When our material duty comes in conflict with our spiritual duty, our spiritual responsibilities, then one who is in knowledge will understand that material duties are automatically taken care of simply by accepting my responsibilities to my spiritual master. If there's a conflict, if there's no conflict, then both could go on.
Yes, Guru Maharaj, thank you for clarifying that. That makes things very clear. Thank you.
Looks like we have a retreat every year, so I asked all the devotees to come to the retreat. But how many come? And people give reasons they have material responsibilities and can't make it. So that means they're in Maya. They're an illusion. Because that instruction is an absolute instruction for all disciples once a year to attend the once a year. It's not so hard to plan for the retreat with all devotees somewhere in the world. And we'll travel for vacations with our relatives, friends, and just for fun for ourselves. But when it comes to making some efforts to travel to go to be with the devotees in a big sangha, that is an opportunity to make great spiritual advancement and to increase the quality of our devotional service overall. We'll take material responsibilities first, and we'll think, oh yeah, I can go next year. But then next year never comes anyway, because then the same block comes again, and then because Krishna will test you, Krishna will test you. Even this year, some people dropped out right at the last minute, just before it was time for their attending the retreat. And it was because of material responsibilities. But they don't know how to delegate material responsibilities. Therefore, they think they're the only one that can make the difference. Material responsibilities can also be delegated or can also be postponed.
Yes, Guru Maharaj, very sobering what you have just said, because we don't probably realize how important it is to come into the association of devotees. Because for me personally, it was a huge mirror to see how many anarthas that need to be uprooted. And it became very serious for me to look into that and try to improve myself. Thank you for reminding us how important it is.
There's a nice verse that illustrates that. Maybe Dinanath Gauranga can go to the third canto, 25th chapter, 25th verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam, which shows the efficacy of such association in terms of its position in the execution of devotional service. Position, I mean beginning. This is the beginning of devotional service. Canto 3, chapter 25. And verse 25 also. Very satam prasangam mamavirya sambido bhavanti ridkarna rasayana kata najosadnat asvavarga vartmani srada ratir bhaktir anukramishyati. So here, take note of the words. In the association of pure devotees, discussions of the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation, and thereafter he is freed. His attraction becomes fixed. And then the last line, then real devotion and devotional service begin. So here's where you begin your devotional service. And the associations of devotees hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord. Okay. It's a very interesting purport too, but it's quite long. So the point is, this is the beginning of devotional service, associating with advanced devotees, hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord. It's satisfying, pleasing, and edifying in bringing us to higher levels of spiritual realization. This is the fast track, but it's also the beginning, as it says here. So these words are used precisely. They're not just eulogies to make things sound very flowery and very attractive. They're actually real devotion, and devotional service begins when we take up this activity here. Okay. You convinced now?
Yes, Guru Maharaj. Yes, Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much.
Okay.
My obeisances.
Yeah. You have to remember our material life it comes and it goes. Sometimes we make it sound like it's the inviolable obligation of my life to fulfill all my material duties. But it's not. It should be done, but if it's in conflict with the instructions of the spiritual master, or if it's in conflict with the progress of my devotional service, then we should very carefully understand what is my best interest. And as that verse, we quoted the verse from the 11th canto, if you're pleasing the Supreme Lord, all of your other activities on the material level become automatically taken care of.
Just as a follow-up, Guru Maharaj, if I may, what will happen when we actually do that, when we choose the spiritual over the material, and then all our relatives start, guilt tripping us, emotionally blackmailing us, You're irresponsible. You don't. Then what do we do? How?
Who is a real friend? Who is a real relative? Who is a real well-wisher? Can you answer that one?
Only Krishna.
Only those who are understand what is the goal of life. And Krishna, of course, obviously. Most of the time, the biggest enemies in our life is our relatives. It's a fact. The word, because they think we have to follow what they say as the law of success. They have certain values and they want to impose those values on you. They're not happy, but they want to bring you into their circle so you can also suffer together. It's pretty much the way it is. As they say, misery loves company. You have to remember, we might say there are important duties in life, but everything we achieve material is gone in time. Everything, even the body you have, that's finished. Nothing you gain in this material world it stands the test of time. You might say, well, I need some short-term gains in order to go for the long-term gain. Yeah, you can do that. But as I made the statement, as long as it doesn't interfere with the long-term goal. We have the example of the Pandavas and their martial teacher, Dronacharya. Dronacharya was teaching the young Pandavas archery. And so there was Yudhisthira, there was Bhim, and there was Arjun. And so he had put a clay duck, a clay bird into a tree, a high tree, and he calls up Yudhisthira and he tells him to stand in this one place. He says, look up in the tree, pull back your bow. What do you see? Do you see the sky? Yes. Do you see the bird? Yes. Do you see the tree? Yes. Sit down. He calls Bhim. Bhim comes. Stand here. Look up into the sky. Pull back your bow. Look up into the tree. Do you see the bird? Yes. Do you see the tree? Yes. Do you see the sky? Yes. Sit down. And then he calls Arjuna his best student. Same scenario. Look up in the tree. Do you see the tree? No. Do you see the sky? No. Do you see the bird? No. What do you see? I see the eye of the bird. Shoot. To become Krishna conscious means you have to be one-pointed if you want to make it. If you have, what does Krishna say in the Bhagavad Gita? Those who are resolute in purpose, their aim is one, O beloved child of the Kurus. Those who are irresolute, their intelligence is many-branched. So if we have many goals in life, but if we don't focus on the real goal, our eternal relationship with Krishna, which is the fulfillment of all success that we've been looking for every life up until now and even in the present one, then we're missing out we're actually missing out on the whole purpose of life. And that's a great loss. Those who come to Krishna conscious but don't become Krishna conscious, then it's sad because they're in the midst of a gold mine, but they can't spend the money. So take advantage of it and keep it foremost in your life. Do whatever else you have to do, but always remember that your material life should support and not take away from your practice of spiritual life. If you live like that, you'll be able to fulfill all your desires and ultimately achieve perfection in spiritual life, which means no more having to take birth in this material world. Taktva deham purna janmani naiti mameti sorjuna. But we don't know enough about the spiritual world to actually be convinced that it's worth going for. So therefore, we have to hear what is our best interest and how to achieve it. What is Krishna? What is he like? How to serve him? What is the spiritual world? What goes on in the spiritual world? All of these things are topics that formulate our consciousness towards achieving perfection in life. They're all essential. But thank you for bringing up that question because it's fundamental.
Yes, Guru Maharaj, and thank you for showering us with divine wisdom and enlightenment.
Yeah, that's my duty. That's what I have to do. If I try to give you something less, I'm cheating you, or I'm trying to patronize you in order to be popular amongst people, which is not the goal. Goal is to tell the truth and to explain how the truth is superior to everything else. And the truth is, we don't belong to this world. That we can understand because it's proven by example that no one can stay here. No one can stay here. You have to get out. So what does it say? What is there's a nice parable in the Christian tradition. It says, "Do not do not put thy treasure in a place that is corroded by rust, eaten by moths, stolen by thieves. Put thy treasure in thy heart and put thy heart in the kingdom of God." So these three comparisons, moss eating, these are the things that time takes away in this world. Everything is, if we put our treasures in something temporary, then we will be missing out on what is actually our best interest, our real treasure.
Thank you, Maharaj. Shiva Kumar Prabhu, you have a question. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Hare Krishna Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. So Maharaj, thank you for the elaborate answer, Maharaj, for the first question. I had that question as well. And one just follow-up question, Maharaj. Any reason why some devotees are having the material responsibilities as conflicts against the spiritual responsibilities? Will some devotees have those two aligned properly, Maharaj?
Our spiritual responsibilities are part of our nature. Our material responsibilities is what we accept. We choose our material responsibilities. So you can choose, you can adjust also those responsibilities up to a certain point. Say in the family, that's hard because there is a responsibility to others in the family to fulfill the role that I play as a family member. So that has to be done. But then again, you think, all right, why not bring my family along with me in my spiritual pursuits? Then we are on the same page. Then there's no conflict with material responsibilities and spiritual activities. So bringing others who are close to us, who are a very big part of our life, is the responsibility of one who knows the goal of life. To do what you can. And if they don't want to come along, then that doesn't mean you stop going along. You continue. You may still do your material responsibilities, but your heart is not there. Your heart is where your real treasure is, and that is in your within the kingdom of God, within Krishna. You put your heart in something material, then your heart will also be destroyed in due course of time, if not sooner. So take care of your material responsibilities and bring others along with you. Make your family the family of Krishna. Then you can do everything together. Even your material responsibilities be opportunities to serve Krishna through these activities. Krishna says in the Gita, Yad karosi yadanasi, yad jahosi dadasi yat, yat tapasi tukonteya, tad kurusho mararpanam. All that you do, all that you eat, all that you offer and give away, as well as all austerities you may perform, should be done as a service, as an offering to me. So learn the art of bringing everything connected with Krishna. And if there's some obvious conflict between material responsibilities and spiritual activities or spiritual responsibilities, you might say, then we have to use our intelligence and see how we can fulfill that material responsibility without taking away from our spiritual responsibilities. And that becomes easier when you keep Krishna foremost, because Krishna will give you the intelligence how to do it. He says, if you want me, and I also guide you, he said, what is that verse? Satatam yuktanam, satatam, what is it? Satatam
Kirtayanto
Yesham
तेषां
satyayutanam bhajatam priti
Pratipukam dadami. Turn to that verse in the Bhagavad Gita. It's 10:10 in the
Yes,
chapter.
Maharaj.
Very important verse. It's one of the prime verses in the entire words of Sri Krishna. And it's, you might say it's too hard to achieve what that verse is saying, but those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give them an understanding by which they can come to me. So to love Krishna is not hard because everything about Krishna is lovable. You might say it's not the same. Well, if you project your consciousness towards Krishna and hear about Krishna, then you develop attraction for Krishna, and attraction develops to attachment, and attachment ultimately develops to love. So even attraction and attachment is preliminary stages of love. So when Krishna sees that, even in the preliminary stages, he will do whatever he can to guide you towards him through various means, either through the material energy, through other devotees, or within the heart. So this is a key verse, yeah.
Thank you. Maharaj, one more question, Maharaj, if I can ask. From today's sloka, Maharaj, we understand the futility of the material success without a spiritual goal in life. So on that front, Maharaj, I had this question. Even within the spiritual life, the external success of spiritual pursuit, Maharaj, in terms of the world recognizing our the devotion. Like, for example, Prabhupada was extraordinarily successful externally also, not just internally. So to aspire for such external success recognition of our devotion, is that material, or how should we approach, Maharaj?
No, we don't aspire for anything external success. Bhakti is a completely an internal affair. It's the affair of the heart. And the mind and the heart connects with the mind, and the mind directs one in the activities of devotional service, but it's internal. The external is what manifests due to the internal development. That's all. These are products of the internal development. But then the devotee will take those products and use them for Krishna service, and then they look like that he's achieving all of these, but it's Krishna's gifts. That's all. So he can use them, she can use them to serve Krishna. That's all. The external is only means by which we can use to serve Krishna. The internal is the real affair. You're either attracted to Krishna or you're not. If you're not attracted to Krishna, but you're doing so many things in the society of devotees, that means you're doing it for your own, what we say, success, for some position, some power, or some material remuneration. You can fake the external, but you can't fake the internal. That was the subject matter of our recent retreat in France. That was the heart of that subject matter. We like Krishna. Everybody likes Krishna. But then again, when we have other likes, then we get faced with a choice sometimes.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Yeah, you can like many things, but if Krishna is not first, then all these other things can't fulfill your need for happiness or success in life. What is the benefit of having success on the material level? You'll have to lose it anyway, and you struggle so hard to get it in the first place. It's easier Devotional service is much easier than material activities. Material activities are so full of what we say. What's the word? There's so many results that can manifest by material activities that are contrary to the desired goal. But in spiritual life, you can't lose. You can't lose. If you're trying to serve Krishna, that's bhakti. And even if your service is, from the material perspective, is not what we say expert or perfect or up to the standard, that doesn't matter so much because Krishna sees, oh, they're trying to serve me. That means there's some devotion there, and that's what he reciprocates, the devotion. That's why he makes that very powerful statement in the Bhagavad Gita. Offer me a leaf, a flower, a fruit, and water. Is that saying that that's all he's asking for? No. If you have $1 million and you offer him a flower, he's going to think, what are they going to do with that other million? Prabhupada used to say, Krishna doesn't see so much what you offer, he sees what you hold back. And then when you offer 10%, he says, all right, next time 15. And then you offer 15, he says, next time 20. He's trying to get it all. But what is he trying to get? A complete allegiance to him. And it's not so much the item, again, because you see those items are not so important. But what he's looking for is the love or the desire to please him, which is a symbol, a system of love. And don't worry, the devotee gets just as much benefit as Krishna when Krishna is pleased, because the devotee, the relationship with Krishna is eternal. Even if you're not aware of it, you are always connected with Krishna eternally. Awareness has nothing to do with the reality. We are never separated from Krishna. We're there, we're with him. We live with him every second. The awareness will bring about the realization.
Thank you, Swami.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Devotees, any other question, comments? It's quite an important subject matter that we all face, spiritual versus material duties and our dilemmas. If you have any questions, if you want to inquire, now is your chance.
Okay.
Okay.
Guru Maharaj, Trupti Mataji has a question, but unfortunately she is unable to ask. So may I read out the question?
Who?
Trupti Mataji from UK.
Oh, okay. You want to ask for her?
If you will kindly permit me, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, this is what we're here for.
My Dhanavad pranams to you. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. If Krishna is absolute and everything is part and parcel of him, every expansion is Krishna, then how can a devotee explain that feeling not loving Krishna and likes other expansions or manifestations?
You have your choice. There's one thing Krishna doesn't interfere with, that's your free will. Your free will, he won't interfere with your free will. He tries to adjust your free will to redirect it towards him. But ultimately, you are the final say about how you use your independence. So you can choose. You want the material or you want Krishna? If you want both, then you'll find life is tough. But if you want Krishna more than the material, then you're moving in the right direction at least. If you want the material at the expense of Krishna, then you're going from California to New York by going west.
She says, thank you, Maharaj.
Okay. Okay, so maybe if there's no more questions, we can chant. Oh, Rasa, she's here. Okay.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Gurudev's humble.
Haribol, glories to Prabhupada, my obeisances.
Maharaj, as you said, if we perform devotional service nicely and stay surrendered, then both our material and spiritual needs will be fulfilled. And as we observe that sometimes when our material life gets fulfilled, it also brings disturbance. So then it feels that farther we stay from material possessions, the better it is. Because if material desire fulfill, pride may arise and the senses may become disturbed, which is the fear in spiritual life. Then how does Maharaj deal with that situations?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The results that you get from the activities in spiritual life are not material, they're spiritual. And although they may play themselves out as being material, like one may fulfill certain needs on a material level simply by the grace of Krishna. When Krishna is pleased, he also reciprocates, and the devotee finds that their material life changes. Either it becomes less or it becomes more easily manageable. Usually, so there's two ways to fulfill a desire. One is to achieve the goal of that desire, and the other one is to achieve something higher, and that way that other desire is no longer there anymore. So when you fulfill your spiritual needs, your material desires may start disappearing. And then you realize there was nothing to them in the first place anyway. Because material desires are based on something that is contrary to our success in life. Our success is fulfilling spiritual desires, and the ultimate spiritual desire is to become fully absorbed in devotional service. This is a good exercise. We have to see how much time am I giving to Krishna and how much time I'm giving to other activities. And then do a check-in every once in a while and see which one is moving more. Is the material time frame expanding or is it the spiritual time frame expanding?
Yes, Maharaj, that's a nice point. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for clearing my doubts. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Did you come to the France retreat?
No, Maharaj.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay. You came to the one in Govardhan Echo Village, so that one, yeah, that was nice.
Yes, Guru.
We got two more retreats coming up. One in September, both in September, back to back. So that one's a big one.
Yes, Maharaj. I will check with my Prabhu then. Welcome.
Yeah, bring him along. He's my disciple too, your Prabhu, right?
Yes, Maharaj.
But he's always hiding. I don't see him anymore. Where is he? He's trying to make $1 million.
No, Maharaj. He's right here. Such. Yeah, I can.
Or you're going to find him now, huh? Okay.
Yes. Yes, Maharaj.
Is he running away?
Hare
Well,
Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my
okay.
humble obeisances, Maharaj.
Okay, Haribo. I was just talking to the better half. Okay.
Thank you, Maharaj. It means so much to me that you remembered me.
Well, I remember you a lot. I want to remember you even more. Please join us. Of course, I'll be coming to Farmington Hills in the beginning of July.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. We would love to see you here.
I hope so. If you don't want me there, just put up the fence with some dogs.
No, no, Maharaj.
I'm coming just to please the devotees somehow, whatever way I can, to serve the devotees.
We would love to serve you, Maharaj.
I want to serve you. I don't want you to serve me.
No, Maharaj.
You can serve me by serving each other.
Yes, Maharaj.
Mm. That's the best way. Mm. Good. Nice to see you, Jagannath.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. It's nice
Yeah,
to see you too.
yeah, I look forward to it.
Yes, Maharaj. Yes. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you.
Oh, Farmington Hills is coming alive. Bhagya Shri is jumping into action. Okay. Another Farmington Hills bossy.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances and to your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all devotees gathered here. Guru Maharaj, what we feel earlier, we had so many material aspirations, material desire, but after coming to bhakti, Krishna consciousness, all those desires, all those things has been converted into the devotional service only. Our focus or object of enjoyment is Krishna only, serving Krishna, serving devotees, and finding happiness in devotional service only, because it's all fulfilling. But sometimes we are bound to go back to that material life again, maybe some relatives or some social network or other friends, they'll invite you at this such places, but we no more enjoy going there, and but still we have to go there and take part in their gatherings. So how we can see hand of Krishna or energy of Krishna there? Because we no more enjoy all those things, like even going on vacations or visiting those places which are completely materialistic. So could you
Yeah.
please guide me?
Yeah, you finally understood. Well, I would say, now this sounds a little bit of an unusual answer, but knowing how persistent and how guilt-ridden they can make you feel, I would say you present a proposal to them. It's a compromise, but the proposal will be that they should spend a whole day at the temple with you. And then you can also maybe spend some time in their Maya. But they have to do their part too. Now that's a compromise on your side, but it might benefit them, and it might also help them to experience something that they need to experience. So make some deal. I'll come to your place, but first you have to come to my place. Because if I come to your place first, I know you'll cheat me and not come to my place.
Really, Guru Maharaj, that's really very nice proposal, in fact.
This bodily attachment is really, really so illusionary. It's just the biggest illusion that we're bound by all of these bodily relationships. It's all due to our karma. We get born in a certain family, we have certain people become our relatives, is all due to karma. And most of it is vikarma, not just karma.
Right, Maharaj.
But as I said earlier, make the family, make the friends, make them Krishna conscious. And if they won't go along, then why should you go along with them? Yeah. You're giving them something for their benefit, and they're wanting you to come with them for their benefit. So they're always thinking in terms of what material duties are also what we say adjustable. Prabhupada left his family, just got on the boat and left. He still had some obligations with family members, but he left everything anyway.
Yes, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah.
Guru Maharaj, I have one more follow-up question. Recently, what happened? One of the friends said that I'm doing whatever I'm liking or loving, and you are doing whatever you are liking and you are doing. In both the ways, we are doing the same. Means what he was trying to convey, that you are also doing a sense gratification. You are doing of your liking. So is it the same way, Maharaj?
Well, a pig is eating a stool, and a human being's eating a nice pizza. Eating is the same. The pig is enjoying, and the human being is enjoying. So, from the enjoyment perspective, yes, both are enjoying their senses.
Very difficult, Guru Maharaj.
Their comparison has no connection. You're not trying to enjoy your senses. You're trying to awaken your spiritual nature. If you find some happiness in it, that's because your spiritual nature is, by nature, happy. Material activities are not happy in essence, but spiritual activities are happy. So it looks like you're enjoying, and they think they're enjoying. So their thinking and your actual enjoyment is not the same. It's obvious. And if you give the pig some halava, he'll think, give me some stool. But if you give the human being some stool, he'll run away. Give me the good stuff. So those who are actually intelligent, they know their best interests. These people don't know their best interests. Therefore, they think everything is the same. That is the most silliest argument I ever heard. One of the most silliest. You're going to die and I'm going to live forever. Is there a difference? Of course there is.
Yes,
You're going
Guru
to die only to take birth again and die again. I'm going to live forever once I leave this body. It's not the same.
Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj. That was so much hope giving, actually.
Yeah, so just because you choose something different doesn't mean that you are also doing the same thing they're doing, but in a different way. It's not. We're not doing the same thing they're doing. It's completely different. The scriptures say what is night for the self-realized soul is day for the, what's that verse, Sri Devi? For what is the time of awakening for the self-realized soul is night for the what? And what is
I don't
night?
remember the exact words, Guru Maharaj. Let me look it up.
It's in the fourth chapter, I think, of Bhagavad Gita, fourth or fifth. Or what is day for the materialist is night for the self-realized soul. Birds of a feather flock together. Ducks are swans are birds and crows are birds. But there's two different species. The crows go after the garbage. The swans go into nice, clear, beautiful waters with lotus flowers. Devotees go where there is actual, real, eternal opulences, those things which are not destroyed by time.
Isn't it 269?
Yeah, what is night for all beings is the time of awakening for the self-controlled. And what is time of awakening for all beings is night for the yeah. Yes, two verses together, I think. Two verses consecutively. Mhm. The example was, one person's eating a pizza and the other one's eating a stool. But if you try to switch roles, they won't. The other one thinks it's, horrible. One devotee, he said he tried to give some sandesh to a pig one time. So the pig took it and rolled it in the dirt. And when it was covered with dirt, then he ate it. So they're covering their pure spiritual happiness with this dirt of material life, which is just a struggle. That's all it is. What's the happiness of material lives? Sex life, right? They call it happiness anyway. What is the consequences of sex life? So many problems. So many problems. So their happiness is the source of their suffering. That's all.
Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj, for this wonderful explanation.
Okay, we got Srijana. Srijana. Okay. No, Sirjana. Okay. Okay.
Please accept my humble obeisances, O glories to Srila Prabhupada. So when we're suffering, we know that it's because of our karma and that Krishna is trying to teach us a lesson through it. But how do we react when others are suffering? Because it might seem insensitive to say that this is due to your karma, so you're suffering because of that.
No, we don't preach to them like that. They say we just say if you want to stop your suffering, here's the means by which you can stop your suffering. Chant the holy names of the Lord. We don't condemn them by saying, "Oh, you're so stupid and you're suffering because you're doing what you're doing." Nobody will respond to that in a positive way. And they'll feel offended. So you don't tell them what they're doing wrong. You tell them what they should be doing. That's all. You can say, don't do this, or you can say, do this. But if you say, do this, that helps them to understand what not to do. At least in theory. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. With a child, you deal with them in that way. You're doing this and it's hurting you. With grown-ups, you don't do that. Intelligent people will not accept you telling them they're making so many mistakes. Unless they come to you for help, then it's a little different. But just to speak like that, adults don't respond like that. Children need restrictions. Adults need positive alternatives. Of course, you give the children positive alternatives, but first you have to tell them to stop what they're doing. But you can't express the same thing to adults in the same way you deal with children, because they will completely turn off, generally. So bring in the positive, that's all. Encourage them to experience something better, that's all. Take them to the temple, bring them some prasadam, take them to a kirtan.
Thank you so much.
Does that help?
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, Sujana. Gauripriya, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, dear Maharaj, for the amazing lecture. Please accept my humble obeisances. Please, dear devotees, accept my humble obeisances to you. Am I audible enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. Okay.
Dear Maharaj, now that we've discussing this theme regarding the put the spiritual injunctions higher than material, so kind of question appear because still feeling of some fear inside. Why after so kind of many realization actually, and already experience that actually Krishna is the most nearest, and the nature of all the living entities, their nature, it's pure love actually, and
Right.
nature of serving. So why still there is fear to devote myself to the instructions of Guru Maharaj, to follow them? Or why it's still like I cannot there is some things which cannot accept.
Because if you know it's the right thing, it's coming from the right sources, such as the spiritual masters, from the scriptures, from Krishna, then that helps you build faith in the activities. But if you don't know enough, the fear is there because based on lack of knowledge, that we have to trust Krishna, but before we can trust Krishna, we should know more about him. Then that way our trust will be complete. So you can trust him without knowing him if you have that kind of faith. That's complete allegiance to the spiritual master. That whatever the spiritual master says, even though I don't understand whether it's right or wrong, I still accept it because it's coming from the right source. But if you don't have that, then gain that knowledge of your relationship with Krishna more and more. And then you can see how Krishna is always working for our ultimate benefit. There's no need to be fearful about what will happen because everything will always be to our ultimate. There's two things, Shreyas and Preyas. Shreyas means ultimate benefit and Preyas means immediate satisfaction. So sometimes we can't see our ultimate benefit, so we look for the immediate satisfaction as the option or as our choice. But if we trust Krishna, then we know that whatever he ordains to the spiritual master will be beneficial for me in developing my relationship with him. So it's about trust. It's about faith. Make your faith strong. And that helps. That becomes easier when we associate with devotees more, with devotees who are fixed in Krishna consciousness. Then our trust and faith become stronger. Okay.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Would you like to start the japa session now?
Okay. We can chant for I think the most I can do is 2 rounds, and then I'll drop off. But let's see.
Yes, Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much.
Okay. It's always nice to end on something sweet. They say every meal should end with something sweet. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna. Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hari 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 Ram, Hari Hari. Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari 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 Ram, Ram. Hari 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hari Hari Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari 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 Ram, Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari 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 Ram, Hari Hari. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hari 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari 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 Ram, Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Ram, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Hare Ram, Ram, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Hare Hari, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hari, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Hare Hari, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Hari, Hare Ram, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna. Hari Hari, Hare Ram, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Hari, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Hari, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Hare Ram, Ram, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari. Hare Ram, Ram, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Hare Hari, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Hare Hari, Hare Ram, Hare Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hari, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hari, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Hare Hari, Hare Ram, Hare Hari Hari, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Hari Hari, Hare Ram, Ram, Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari 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 Ram 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 Hari Hari. Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna. Hari 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 Ram 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 Hari Hari. Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Ram 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 Hari Hari. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna. Hari 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna. Hari 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 Ram Ram Hari Hari. Hari Hari. Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari. Hari 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 Ram Ram Hari Hari. Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari. Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hari Hari. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Hari. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Hari. Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hare Ram Ram Hari. Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari. Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari. Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hari Hari Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hari Hari Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hari Hari. Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hari Hari. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hari Hari Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari. Hare Rama Hare Hari. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hari Hari. Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna. Hari Hari Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare. Oh, that's why. Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama